We're at the downtown marina of Beaufort. This is owned by the city of Beaufort, South Carolina. We have two projects. We had a project we finished here in 2014, which is the mooring field over here. About half of that mooring field is for transient vessels that don't want to tie up here at the facility, but they're going to moor out here and then bring their small dinghies either into the dinghy dock or into our day dock over here on the other side of the facility. In 2017, we finished a project here that basically refurbished and redid the transient dock. So we added new power pedestals, added new decking here, we added some new pile guides and cleats, basically to make it as safe and accessible for transient boaters as possible. So it was the marina was starting to deteriorate here on the outer fingers. Most of it was for long-term slip sails. All right. So then through the conversion process of the project, through the conversion of the marina, we then opened up some of it to this transient boater. So more of it was closed for access. Now with the program, we've actually opened up more for transient vessels, more public access to the water. Because as we're seeing over time, public access to the water is going away, unfortunately. Not just, we hear about working waterfronts, but even for recreational boating access, we're really seeing that getting diminished.
The local economy here, as we're staying on this wonderful boat dock, they did get grant funding to do this project, and are doing a lot of work. They have a lot of businesses along the waterfront that rely on it. A lot of local communities in the historic Beaufort area that rely on it, as does Ladies Island, just a couple miles away, and Port Royal a couple miles away behind us. So you have that local economic perspective, but also this is a military community. Parris Island, one of the 2 Marine training bases for the entire United States. If you go to basic training in the United States and you're the eastern part of the United States, you come to Parris Island. They rely really heavily on utilizing the waterways, the marshes, and the systems to train ladies and gentlemen who are going in the Marine Corps. And so that's another value of the waterway.
Really want to bring these boaters into these communities throughout coastal South Carolina to spend their money, to access the different resources that we have, the different places people want to visit, our parks, etc. So now we're building really a boater trail. A boater can come up the Intercoastal Waterway, they can hit these projects in Hilton Head, they can have these projects in Beaufort, they can go up, we have projects in Charleston, continue up to Georgetown, we have boater infrastructure projects, and right before they leave the state, in Myrtle Beach and Little River, we have projects. So we're trying to tie those together along the coast. They're hitting the restaurants, they're hitting the different establishments. Again, like I said, they're buying clothes, they're buying gifts, they're provisioning their vessel. Here they're buying fuel, which is again, 54% of that fund that pays for these programs comes from boaters buying fuel over the water. So these are the boaters that are paying for the program. So it's good to see that direct benefit that they're getting.
Infrastructure, whether it's roads and bridges or a dock system or navigation channels, they're going to need repair. And so local communities and the federal government, we just need to kind of stay on top of what needs to be repaired, the priorities. And this marina is a great example on how the state came in using federal dollars and said, this is our priority, the dock system needs to be repaired, because if the marina's not operational, then the town's losing money, and so many other businesses are going to be affected.